Hello everybody and welcome back to day 5 of Pinktober. Today's prompt is to draw an iconic warrior scene, but to switch out the characters. For our iconic scene, we decided to draw when Bluefur brings her kids to RiverClan in the snowstorm, and Mosskit dies in the snow. But since today is all about switching out the characters, we are going to switch Bluefur for Princess. And that also means that we're switching out poor little Mosskit for Cloudkit, meaning that he'll never make it to his new home. So this is a really fun prompt, and by switching around the characters, you're kind of changing the storyline a bit. So with this iconic scene switched around, now it seems that Princess is taking her 5 kits to ThunderClan herself. Maybe she didn't like the idea of her 2 legs deciding where her kits will live, and when they'll leave her. And maybe Fireheart wasn't able to take Cloudkit, and so she decides to take all 5 of her kits on her own and try to join a warrior's clan. Anyways, this day will prove for a lot of fun speculation as you guys create your own iconic warrior scenes with the switched around characters. But while Rachel works on our speed paint for today, I'm going to read to you guys from Maple Shade's Vengeance.
"Are you receiving visitors?"
rumbled a voice at the entrance of the nursery. Oh, of course! Come in! Mapleshade meowed somewhat breathlessly as she tried to coax the she-kit off the top of her head. At just 3 sunrises old, Mapleshade's kits astonished her with their ability to be all over the nursery at once, while at the same time constantly nuzzling at her belly. Oakstar's broad dark brown face appeared through the branches.
"Hello, little ones,"
he purred. The she-kit jumped at the sound of his voice, releasing her tiny claws from Mapleshade's ear. She slithered onto the moss with a thump. "This is Oakstar, the leader of ThunderClan," Mapleshade told her kits. She tried to nudge them into line, but their eyes were still closed and the smell of a different cat was just too much to resist. So all 3 tottered towards Oakstar, with their stubby tails held straight up, their mouths open in high-pitched mews. Oakstar gently herded them back to Mapleshade with his paw.
"Haha, I'm not just their leader,"
he reminded her.
"Birchface was my son. These cats are my kin."
His eyes clouded with emotion as he stared down at the kits.
"If only Birchface could see them."
Mapleshade's fur felt hot and prickly. "I'm sure he's watching from StarClan," she murmured. Beside her, the kits started nuzzling at her belly and fell silent as they began to suck.
"My son was a great warrior," Oakstar went on. "The clan is honored if his spirit lives on through his kits."
There was a rustle of bramble fronds and Frecklewish appeared with a vole in her jaws. She sat it down beside the nest. "I took the first pick of the fresh kill pile for you," she told Mapleshade with pride. "Oh, thank you," Mapleshade meowed hoarsely. She wondered if it would be rude to ask Oakstar to leave, as his scrutiny was making her more and more nervous. Frecklewish turned to Oakstar. "Aren't the kits perfect?" she purred. "I can see Birchface so clearly in each of them." Mapleshade glanced at the tiny bodies in the curve of her belly. Apart from the Tom who was patch-furred like her, they were the exact soft brown shade of Appledusk's fur. Birchface had been a dark brown tabby, almost black. Her heart pounding, she waited for Oakstar to comment, but instead, he asked if she'd chosen names for them. Mapleshade used her tail to indicate to each kit without disturbing them. Well, I thought Larch Kit for the brown Tom, Patch Kit for his brother, and Petal Kit for their sister." She paused as her tail tip rested on the tiny she-kit. She was the fluffiest of all, and her ears were so small that they barely peeked out of the fur on her head. Mapleshade felt as though her heart would burst with love. "If only you could see them like this, Appledusk."
"Excellent names,"
Oakstar meowed. "Didn't you want to name one of them after Birchface?" Frecklewish asked. She sounded disappointed. Mapleshade didn't lift her gaze from her kits. "I want them to each be their own warrior," she explained quietly, not an echo of a cat who has gone before. To her relief, Oakstar purred.
"Oh, ThunderClan is blessed to have you as a queen, Mapleshade. I look forward to watching these kits grow up."
"I can't wait to see the looks on RiverClan's faces when they hear about them at the next gathering," Frecklewish hissed. Mapleshade's heart began to beat faster. I wish I could be there to see that too. "Make sure you tell them that I've had 3 perfect strong kits who are going to be great warriors," she told Frecklewish. Especially Apple Dusk. Tell him first. The pale ginger she-cat blinked. And why would I want to speak to that mange fur? She growled. He killed Birchface. Exactly, yawned Mapleshade hurriedly. He needs to know that ThunderClan is stronger than ever. Thanks to these kits. Frecklewish nodded. Oh, of course. She unsheathed her front claws and sank them into the mossy litter on the floor of the nursery. Our enemies have even more of a reason to fear us now.
Oakstar curled his lip, showing a glint of yellow teeth. It will do no harm for RiverClan to know that they may have robbed us of 2 fine cats. But, thanks to Birchface, there will be 3 more warriors ready to defend what's rightfully ours.
Mapleshade felt a stir of alarm. The warrior code says we must show mercy to the warriors we've defeated, she pointed out. Apple Dusk didn't show any mercy to Birchface and Flowerpaw, Frecklewish hissed, lashing her tail. It was an accident! Mapleshade wanted to shriek. Birchface just fell. And Flowerpaw. She should have never followed him into the river. But Mapleshade controlled herself.
Oakstar was starting to back out of the nursery. Right now, the most important thing is that Mapleshade's kits are safe and well.
He meowed. There was a grim note to his voice that made Mapleshade's fur stand up.
We will raise them to be great warriors like their father,
Oakstar vowed,
and let them avenge his death when they're ready.
He turned and vanished into the clearing, leaving the bramble wall trembling. Frecklewish bent over the furry little bodies and touched her muzzle lightly to each squirming rump. They are my brother's gift to the clan, she murmured. And the most precious creatures in the whole forest. Mapleshade fought down the urge to bat Frecklewish away. These are my kits, not yours. She knew that the Ginger She-Cat's friendship would go a long way towards her kits being loved by all of ThunderClan. By the time her kits were ready to be apprenticed, the truth about who their father really was would be unable to shake the loyalty of their woodland clanmates. Even Oakstar would understand. Once he valued the kits for themselves, rather than any legacy they might carry. And once RiverClan gets to know them, those cats will feel the same. And that is where I'm going to be stopping the reading for today. Now let's check out the finished artwork of our iconic scene, which was Bluefur taking her kits to RiverClan in the snowstorm that we have now taken and switched out the characters so that it's Princess and her kits. Oh my goodness, I think this scene is even more heartbreaking since it's Cloudkit who is freezing in the cold. Especially since he was supposed to be one of Princess's strongest and most healthy kits. Maybe he was overconfident and having too much fun running through the snow and insisted on walking the whole way himself while his siblings were carried by Princess. He thought he could do it, but it was just too cold. And now, in this alternate universe, we are deprived of Cloudtail. It was really interesting for Rachel to revisit her designs of Princess's Week, which was all the way back when we were doing daily Warrior Cat speed paints. Back in, I think, 2017? Those were the days, weren't they? But anyways, Cloudkit's siblings have very cute designs, and it was so fun for her to draw them again. Also, it was just fun to revisit the concept artwork that inspired this piece, that Rachel made all the way back at the beginning of 2016, that was of Bluefur with her kits taking them to RiverClan. I can't wait to see what kind of iconic scenes you guys draw, and how changing the characters changes up the scenario. It should prove to be a very interesting day over on Amino to see all of those posts. Now, let's check out my 10 favorite artworks from yesterday's prompt, which was drawing your favorite kittens that we fostered this year. Here's Ivan, and they drew Cleopatra, Mermaid Girl _07, and they drew Merlin, Muffin, and June. Spooky Star drew Snoring Snorri. Ah, so adorable. Darkstripe drew Arthur and Merlin. I love Violet's artwork, where they drew their OC looking at the 4 little black kittens. Alice, Connie, Jerry, and Marcus, and saying that they all look the same, because honestly, they were very similar and hard to tell apart. Shimmer made this beautiful artwork of April. Kiwikid drew Snorri and this adorable little Nico. I love their cute eye style. Snowfall decided to draw Cookie with her favorite 4 fosterkins that we had this year. Fernflower17 created this beautiful artwork of June. And finally we have AmberMoon's creation of Cleopatra. Tomorrow's prompt is to make an original character reference sheet, and you can either design your very own reference sheet or you can use one of ours. We have 5. 1 for a cat, 1 for a dog, 1 for a horse OC, a dragon OC, and a bunny OC. And links to download these in a transparent form are all down below in the description, and it's totally free. I'm really looking forward to seeing what characters you guys can design with our new reference sheets. Remember, if you want to take part in Pinktober over on our Amino, you need to add the hashtag Pinktober2021 to your post. And if you do that, you will receive 10 Amino Coins just for participating. And if you're lucky enough to get your artwork featured on the front page, you will receive an additional 200 Amino Coins as a reward. Before I say goodbye for today, I just wanted to give a special thank you to all of the members of RiverClan. I am so appreciative of your guys' added support as members of our channel. Well guys, thank you so much for watching to the end of this speed paint. I hope to see you over on Amino. But otherwise, I'll see you with the next video tomorrow. Bye-bye!